All right, so today we've got a story about a doctor who thought he was too clever for his own good. I mean, this guy wasn't just saving lives, he was out here saving himself some extra paychecks. But spoiler alert, he got caught. And when I tell you this plan was spectacularly dumb, I mean spectacularly dumb. So let's get into it. Meet Dr. Sneaky. Real name? Doesn't matter. What does matter is that he had a solid gig working at multiple hospitals through an agency. Normal shifts, decent pay, nothing out of the ordinary. But my guy looked at his timesheet and thought, what if I just added a few extra hours? Because, integrity is overrated. Now, most people would have just done their hours and gone home, right? But not Dr. Sneaky. He was like, why not claim for a few extra hours? What's the worst that could happen? You can almost hear the gears turning in his head. I'll just make a little adjustment here and there. They'll never notice. Spoiler alert, they noticed. So here's what he did. After getting his timesheets signed off, he went back and altered them. Pun fully intended. Just a cheeky extra hour here, maybe forgetting to include his unpaid lunch break. Then he sent the new, improved version to the agency for payment. And at first nobody noticed. I mean, what's a couple of extra hours here and there? But my guy didn't stop. Oh no, he got greedy. It didn't take long for Dr. Sneaky to realize, hold on, this isn't just a one-time thing. I could really rake in some cash with this. And so, instead of stopping at one or two little adjustments, he went all in. He started submitting timesheets all the time, and every single one had these sneaky little improvements. Nothing too major, just a couple of extra hours here and there. Surely no one would notice. But then Dr. Sneaky took it to the next level. He started forging his colleagues' signatures on the timesheets. And you know what? They were awful forgeries. If you're going to forge a signature, at least make it look like you're trying. This was about as convincing as a doctor scribbled on a napkin at a pub. After a while, someone at the hospital started thinking, hang on a minute, why does this guy never seem to take a lunch break? Is he the hardest working man in the NHS, or just really good at faking it? Turns out he wasn't that good at faking it, because those hours weren't matching up with what was actually happening. And that's when the NHS Counter Fraud Authority came knocking. And let me tell you, these guys are not messing about. They've got spreadsheets, they've got databases, they've got everything. When they started digging, they quickly realized something wasn't right. The timesheets? Altered. The signatures? Fake. Dr. Sneaky? In big trouble. So now, the case gets sent to the tribunal, and here's the thing. When the evidence is this blatant, you can't really play dumb anymore. Dr. Sneaky couldn't exactly be like, oh, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be doing this. He was caught red-handed, and no amount of nervous sweating was going to get him out of this one. And guess what happened? He got hit with the full weight of the law. A doctor who was once respected for saving lives now faces career destruction, all for a couple of extra hours on a timesheet. So now, instead of helping patients, Dr. Sneaky is probably just Googling how to make a new career in fraud. Look, we all want to get paid, but this is not the way. If you're going to be a doctor, maybe, I don't know, don't commit fraud? And here's the cherry on top. After all that, Dr. Sneaky was erased from the medical register. Yeah, you heard that right. He's no longer allowed to practice medicine. All that time he spent faking hours? Gone. Just like that. So now, instead of treating patients, Dr. Sneaky is officially banned from practicing medicine. That's what happens when you mess with the system. And honestly, he brought it on himself. So what do you think? Should the punishment for this kind of fraud be way harsher? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this wild story, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, there's plenty more where this came from. Catch you in the next one.